Let's go.
Anji Kuzi, what's going on, people, and welcome back to Food for Thought. I don't even know what episode it is, guys. I'll be honest with you, it's one of them ones. So today you're joined by myself, Mr. Munchbox, my co-host,
Hungry Hass,
and our special guest. We don't even really need to introduce him, Mr. Jimmy Hardnails, Mr. Nano, Mr. Rashy Flex,
Waki,
Louise.
How you doing, guys? You okay?
Oh shit!
I think you should write them headphones.
That was loud.
Sorry, boys. Hello.
So yeah, bro, it's good to finally. This has been a couple of weeks in the making, or a couple of months, should I say?
Definitely, man.
It's been a while.
Are you okay, guys?
This guy's brain's gone, so I'll kick it off. Assalamu alaikum, what's happening? Normally what we do is we take it back to the start, how it all started. What were the earliest memories? Do you remember being a kid running through the fields, playing football? What was it like growing up for you?
Growing up, I was, I'd say, like a problem child. I was like a wild child, you know what I mean? So the way I used to escape was through creativeness, you know what I mean? Just randomly, I'd just come up with some blown ideas, in it, you know what I mean? And just like kind of, I would like often just play, you know, like with Colonne, you know what I mean? And in my head, I'd like kind of, Colonne, which basically be toys in it. And I'd just like kind of create in my head like scenes and stuff in it.
Okay.
And then obviously as I got you know, went older and stuff, I kind of went into the art side of like acting a bit here and there, then started doing like filming and stuff in it.
Did you used to have an imaginary friend?
I did, yeah, but his name was David Igo.
Tell us about David Igo.
Well, he had a flop hairstyle, you know what I mean? You know, them bowl cuts. Every time I used to be sat down at home, Kalyan, I'd be like, oh, David, how's life in it? Ma used to come inside, you know what I mean? Nobody. Just random minute.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Dewsbury.
So Dewsbury Drifters representing you one time.
Yeah. So Dewsbury Drifters came from.
How were you in school?
Huh?
How were you in school?
School, I was just a mediocre, under the radar type of lad, innit? You know what I mean?
In what sense?
Just you know.
Slam dua.
To be fair, like growing up in school, I used to like kind of, you know, as an Asian, growing up in like schools when, especially like it was that kind of a more. There used to be like a group of Asians, and obviously I used to chill with the, you know, the white members of society, you
Caucasians.
know? Caucasians, yeah. And obviously I've always had like kind of white friends growing up and stuff in it, and the Asians used to look at me like, bro, Kuzi, what you doing, you know? Why are you not chilling with us? I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'm chilling with you guys, innit? You know what I mean? And then as I grew up, and obviously with people, they start to drink and stuff in it, and I think that's when I kind of shifted away from that and started chilling with the apnes. You know what I mean?
Like a homecoming, then, isn't it?
It was like a homecoming, innit? You know what I mean?
So, was that ever a problem though when you were growing up, when the apne kids used to see you chilling with the gore? Was there a bit of animosity there, or how was it? Or were you just like, yeah, I'm friends with you guys and I'm friends with you guys too?
No, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't just, it was just standard, you know what I mean? Like literally, my junior school was all like kind of, I was the only Asian there, you know what I mean? You get me? I was the only Pakistani in that whole school, man. Yeah. Me and my brother as well, you know what I mean? So literally we were like kind of two pieces of tutty in a pot, you know what I mean? but literally, obviously, like when I went into high school, then I saw like Asians and stuff like that. But obviously, because you know when you're growing up, you're into that. So bro, I come across as a racist.
I've seen them Asians.
So when you seen the Asians, like, did you gravitate towards them, or were you like, you guys had like,
I was like, obviously. I was like in awe, like, because I've never kind of come across many Asians in it. Like when I was growing up in school, it was just me and my brother in it. You know what I mean? So
what about home? Your family and your cousins? Or
cousins as well. Like, but I mean, like, you know, like in school, obviously, it was just like, hi Thomas, hi Jonathan. You know what I mean? Like literally,
this guy's like KSI.
We need to take him to Alikum.
No, but the thing is, when you go into like kind of high school and stuff, that's when I start like having interactions with Asians and stuff. And to be fair, I liked it. I saw them as like more funnier as well, innit? You know what I mean? Literally, like the stuff that they would say was a bit like extreme but funny. You know what I mean?
So how did the content come from that then? Because obviously you do you stereotype Asian people in it. Do you get what I mean? Like each character you have is like a stereotype of a typical Asian guy.
So this is what I mean. Like when I start like going into like school and like observing Pakistanis, I'd find them funny in it. Like kind of, for example, obviously, there's stuff that I can't really say on here, innit? You know what I mean?
You can.
It's too raw, innit?
No, go for it. If you feel like it's too raw, we'll take it out. I'll depict whether it's too raw or not. Just say how it is.
Bro, it's a bit X-rated, like, you know what I mean?
Go for it, man. Try us. Try us.
But you know, like how, you know, like Asians, yeah, when they cuss people, they cuss them raw, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now imagine like kind of, I've come from a background, you know, where I used to like chill with all like white guys and, you know, like coming into like high school, and then you see an Asian lad, yeah, like, you know, walking like this, innit? And he's like, "Main tere maan ne tomato paya." You know what I mean? And you're thinking, where is this come from? You know what I mean? What kind of diss is this? You know what I mean? So you look at things like that, and then you just start like kind of thinking, what is this kind of stuff going on here? You know what I mean? So I look at observations. Obviously, it's a. I told you it was X-rated, innit? So.
You're gonna have to.
You have to cut that out, bro.
That's too much.
I'll bleep it out, innit?
Yeah, no, it's too much. Leave the tomato in.
That's what I mean, like, of all things, a tomato, you know what I mean?
No, he's right. When it comes to Apni Zaban, it's the most beautiful language out there.
Yeah.
But it's the most disgusting at the same time as well.
Exactly.
Because when you see people on TikTok as well, you'll see them, especially these like elder law. Not elder generation, certain type of people who say on TikTok, they say this and that, and I'm not going to repeat it, but they come out, like you said, how the hell can you get a tomato and how can you get that and they mix it together?
Exactly.
It's weird, you know. Bangan and pakole.
It's just, you know, like, when you're looking at those kind of things, and like, also like kind of how they used to like, you know, not everyone, I'm not saying not everyone, like certain characters, you know, like they stick with you, innit? Like, you know, they call up the girlfriend at the time, innit? I'd be like, what? What is it? You know, like disrespecting her, thinking like they're like, you know, slick and player type, innit? You know what I mean? So you pick up little kind of things, innit, traits, and then you just morph into your character, innit?
So how did we get from there, from you being so interested into South Asians to you making content? What made you fucking turn on that camera and be like, yo, I want to start filming?
So I've got like a degree in film and television, innit? So I studied there in university, and I remember like one thing that used to really piss me off in university is that people used to talk about ideas, but it never used to come to fruition of like making anything in it. And I remember one of our course leaders, he said like, look, if you got an idea, just make it, you know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? Just film it, you know what I mean? And I think that's the only great advice that I got from there is like, if you got an idea, forget it, just film it, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. Like, I started like filming up an idea. Originally I was going to do like a documentary around pigeons, but then I thought that shit ain't gonna do anything in it, you know what I mean? It's not gonna do anywhere.
How did you come up with the idea you wanted to do a documentary on pigeons?
Well,
Do you like pigeons?
not really, bro. It's just every time I used to go down Dewsbury, I used to see bare pigeons. I'd be like thinking, at least these bastards are reliable, innit? You know what I mean? To film in it, you know what I mean?
No, but you know, obviously you've done a degree.
Yeah.
I know that I've known you a while.
Yeah.
But instead, not just about the creativity, what gave you this, the reason to go down and film and go and do this degree? What was the reason behind it? Because obviously you've got the creativity, people have seen your content and you're good at what you do, but did you actually want to go onto YouTube, or did that come while you were going through your degree, or what was it?
It's just the idea of like having an idea and making it into like kind of, you know, like it's almost like creating a legacy, innit? You know, sorry guys.
He's salivating over the thought.
It's maybe these. But yeah, it was just the fact of like kind of wanting to like kind of create something. It's like, you know, like once I've like started making videos and stuff, like people that come up to you, they're like, oh bro, we watch your videos, they're sick and all this stuff. And you know, like you don't realize the impact that it has on people, innit? I remember like times I used to get like messages, innit, from people that have been going through hard times, and they've been saying like, oh yeah, you know, your videos, they really cheered me up through low times and stuff, innit? At the time when you're making it, you don't give a shit, you're just like doing the graft, innit? You don't realize it, but you know, when you hear like comments like that, it makes you like think, you know what, I want to continue in it. And because of that as well, it's kind of like give you that fire to come back on the scene, you know what I mean?
So rolling it back to when you was on the scene, 2010, 11, around that time, when it just blew up. Because I actually remember, you know, like, look, there was me, there was you. Like when we're talking about general kind of comedy, there was me, you, You had people like that Ali, that Bengali lad from London, who does content, and then you had obviously Diary of a Batman and stuff like that, who were making videos around that time. Because it wasn't really big that time, but when you blew up, I remember, because all I remember is that I've come onto YouTube, I've seen a video, right? My name's Jimmy, I'm thinking, yo, this is it. Because the way he did it, it wasn't just about his actual acting, it was the way you edited it, your story, because you have to understand, this guy hasn't gone and got some next level $1 billion, $1 million script writer to write up his script. He's doing everything himself, and you can see that creativity through his content. And I remember when you started off, the way you blew up, did you ever expect or imagine it to go the way it did then?
Not really, but I was like a kid possessed then. I was just churning them out, you know what I mean? Literally, I would just start at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I remember my mum used to come into the bedroom, like saying, "What are you doing? Like, what are you?"
Go sleep.
Yeah, go sleep in it. You know what I mean? Literally, I was just editing away in it. And I think what I realized is that in anything, when you want to like kind of get bigger or, you know, create a brand, you need to have consistency in it.
100%.
So that's the main thing that I learned from that in it. But obviously, when it did go big, there was no method to the madness in it. It was just literally come as it goes in it. Like I didn't know how to like deal with it, kind of the thing in it. But obviously over time you kind of you learn from lessons in it, you know what I mean? And I think that's what coming back I've kind of took them lessons in it.
So going back to the characters that you made, how did you create and what was the inspiration behind Jimmy Hardnails?
I think Jimmy Hardnails came from basically where we used to do film and television production. We had like some phones upstairs in it, like literally, you know, you could dial out to any number in it and there was no charges in it. So literally, me and the boys were like, let's just call random numbers in it. So I used to like call random numbers and I'd be like, alright mate. So I remember calling up like a club, but it was like, you know, before they open up around 5 o'clock. So they like opened up, but they're not serving, you know what I mean? So I just called up like a club, I'm like, alright. And he's like, hello? You know, I'm like, alright mate, listen, my daughter came to your club last night. And she's like, oh, did she? Yeah, she came home back crying. Oh, did she? Yeah, someone slapped her ass. Was it you? I was like, no, it wasn't. What's your name, mate? Name's Jimmy. Jimmy fucking Hardnails. And then just from there, I just cut it off from there. And then from that point, I thought, you know what? Let's just roll with this character in it, moving forward in it. And then from there, I just started like building it up and stuff in it. And then literally, there was no like kind of when I sat down and started thinking of like, oh, let me think of script ideas. It was almost like filming, and then I had to think, right, what's next thing I can do? I know, you know what? There's a guy called Sharky, we'll have no harm with him in it, and he puts a screwdriver in, you know, just random dumb storylines. and I think that's what kind of attracts the stupidness of the comedy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of mindset I had with this kind of, I wasn't like kind of Steven Spielberg at home writing it down and thinking, you know what I mean?
No, because with his content, it's not just looking at it from an audience perspective. I've actually worked with him, we've done a couple of projects together. And like he said, with that madness, you know, he's right though, because when you're not, I believe, you know, when you have a script is good, but when you're wanting to be creative and genuine, you should have your own lines. When you go, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're not doing EastEnders style coronations, none of that. And with his stuff, I remember when we was in, do you remember in Ibis?
Yeah.
Listen, he's a video. I'm going like this every 2 seconds in the video. You need to see it. So in the bloopers, he's punching me. And obviously, I'm trying to do it where like he's punched me in arm, my head's hurting in it. But the way I'm doing it is like as if I'm brushing my hair back. And he stops and goes like, what the fuck are you doing?
But this is what I mean, like sometimes it's the stupidness that makes it funny, you know what I mean? And I think that's like kind of the main ingredient.
So obviously I'm gonna keep it real because we've had a similar kind of journey where we were on YouTube at a similar time.
BD8 Productions. A lot of people don't realise this, but I remember me and Amir go way back before the Munchbox and everything kicked off.
Yeah.
So there was a time, you know, he used to have something called the BD8 Productions on it, and the introduction was straight up shots on it.
Straight from the get-go, he's right though.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's like, look, one thing that I resonate with him is you know, as content creators with you, it's a bit different because you're a bit younger. The time that we did our thing on YouTube as well, especially then, because that it still is one of the biggest platforms out there. Obviously, TikTok's like a beast right now, but back then YouTube was so next level. It was different. Americans were just smashing it differently. In England, they weren't that really big content creators. And when you smashed it, you know, at that time, and the point that I'm trying to lead to is that when we were younger, we did what we did, but then we walked away from it You know, like you say, you have that fire in your belly. We had it, but then after coming back after so long, even with myself, the content's there, the creativity's there, but sometimes the drive's not there. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever regret walking away like 10 years ago when you stopped?
The thing is, I don't have regret in anything that I do. I know that, you know, like if you have a mindset that, you know what, I don't cry about like mistakes or anything like that. I learn from a minute. So
100%.
so my mindset is like kind of, you know, I know myself where I messed up on, which was consistency. I stopped it. But then I've got that mentality that I know that I'm a creator, that I can create some, you know, from fresh, and I know that I can do well, you know what I mean? So that's the mindset I have going in. I see it as like a challenge in it. So that's the kind of mindset that I've got in it, that drive, like, you know, when people, you know, I like boxing and UFC in it, you know, like when people, like, especially when they fight, someone will say, you know what, that guy's shit in it, he's washed up, he's all this in it. It gives that drive in it, underdog in it, gives you that drive in it. Because in social media, what you got to realize is like, is that one video that can make you or break you in it, you know what I mean? It's almost like in boxing where a puncher's chance in it, and that's the kind of, you know, the drive that I've got, you know, when coming back on the scene now again. So, Muka Maron knockout DJ, innit? You get me?
The reason I'm asking that is because, you know, like with myself, same, I don't live with regret, but the thing is, it's like, you think about it, Alhamdulillah, as Muslims, we believe that everything happens at the right time. Back then, I wouldn't have been able to handle, like, the popularity that I've got now, because obviously we were younger, and we were immature. We used to, like you said, we do wacky stuff. We used to do some mad shit. But the thing is, like now, when I meet people, you know yourself, and people come up to you, we're that type of people. It's not that we're shy, we're very confident, we're outgoing, we're bubbly, we are likable people, and we're very sociable. But the thing is sometimes it gets too much. 10 years ago, if this happened to me, what's happening now, I wouldn't be able to handle it, because it's like, look, I remember back then when people used to come to you, sometimes we used to be sat in Zeeshan lounges, he'd be there like this, and he'd be looking around, people would be coming up to him, and then once some guy rang his cousin at home or somewhere, and he's like, yeah. And the thing is, unfortunately, with our people, the thing is like, look, you know, if you come up to someone who's popular or social media influencer, however you want to label it, there's a way to approach someone in it. And with him, people would come up to him and they just whack the phone straight in his face.
So I've got a story actually about the first time I actually met you. So we're in Lahore's, I've gone with my family. Obviously we've got like Rashy Flex is there. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's Rashy Flex. My uncle's jumped up. My uncle's like now about 48, so he must have been at I don't know, maybe 39. You know what I mean? 39. He's got, yo, Rashy Flex, about 39-year-old guy saying this, like fangirling over some guy off YouTube, He straight walked over like this, and you've got a face on like, what's happening? You know, you see him with your boy just trying to eat your chips and and he's like, yo, what's happening? Like, shook your hand, and I just remember seeing your face like, fuck me, please, piss off.
I'd never like kind of say that to anyone.
No, of course, but bro, we're human at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when you want to just eat your food, I mean, you're just gonna scrunch,
I know what you mean, but the thing is like, if someone approaches me, like, and I always look at it from a point of view that I don't know what that person is seeing of me in it. So obviously, anyone that's approaching me, I'm gonna always make sure that the encounter that they have with me is like a good one, innit? Because you don't know, like, for example, you boys are on the internet and stuff, you know, someone might be like sat on the toilet, depressed, looking at your videos, innit? And you're like saying wee woo, looking at your videos, innit? Like with the food and stuff that you're doing. And when they come and see you, they build up that courage to come and say hi, how you doing? If you was to like be like, what's happening, bro? You're right, you know, that it's a bit disheartening, innit? So whenever I see one of someone, I'm like, yo, what's happening, bro? You're right, you good, you good.
Like,
memories,
look, I'll give you something recent. I went to his shop that day. I ordered food for iftari time. Family like, look, get some takeout. I was running late. Had a couple of things to do. I got to his shop like 5-10 minutes before the roza. Now, as I'm running out, some guys giving me salam, but I didn't hear it. So I've gone about my business for more. Then the next day, I've gone on live just while I'm driving, and the guys come in my live and goes, "Oh, bro, you're very rude." I'm like, "Why? What did I do?" Like, "Oh, I seen you outside SFC and I give you salam and you belong to me." I'm like, "Bro, if you seen me, I was in a rush." Do you get me? And I genuinely didn't hear you, because I've realized that as well. You know, like, look, whoever supports you, like you said, when they meet you, that first encounter that you have with them is very important, because they know a lot about you, but you don't know a lot about them. So it's not about not wanting to talk to them, you do, but like you said, sometimes you just want to sit down, enjoy your food and have your peace. But unfortunately, once you press that button and boom, it goes online. You don't have that one video goes viral, or if they all go viral, you don't have that peace of mind, or you can't have that privacy, because people see the face.
Was it hard for you back then?
I think the parts that I used to find the most awkward is like, you know, Yeah, bro, like we're out and about, innit? Like it's a serious setting, innit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, waiting in a queue or something, and then someone comes up from behind. Roulette. Danger. You're like you're standing at the front and you look back and it's like a 8-year-old. You're a funny bastard. You like, look at him. What, you little shit? Obviously not saying it, but you're just thinking. Like, me and the boys, both of you. You know, and you know, like stuff like that makes you like kind of go, okay, that's fine, innit? You know what I mean? Like, and then like, you know, sometimes when you go into like an event or some random kids be like, go on, do it. You know, is the mother saying it to the kid, innit? And you see the kid, and then you know you have to do that shit, innit? Like, oh yeah, good lad. Do you know what I mean? You must have had that, innit? Like someone comes up to you, go on, Shafakat, say it to him. And then you're like, you're not a janaza, you know?
Believe it or not, I'm not even gonna lie to you, yeah. It wasn't a janaza, but you know, like when you go to the mosque after the janaza, well, a couple of days in between where you have where you go to do the dua and stuff. Yeah. So I'm sat there, I've walked in, and I know these guys, the family who had the death in the family, so I'm sat there, I've done my F4s, done my dua. Now there's a couple of people sat there. Now everyone obviously knows who I am. Guy comes up saying, and he's same with him, he wasn't a young lad, he was like a 40-50-year-old guy. Bro, do the vivu. I'm like, yeah, this is not the right time, bro. Exactly. Chill out, relax. And the thing is that this is what I'm trying to say, you know, with our people, and it's not just about age, because look, I've got people who you'd class as English, Gore, white, Caucasians, and they've met me, them come up to me and they've been like respectful and friendly. The thing is, it's just, I don't know, our people, when they see Bandit, they go, Pagal, you know, next level. And sometimes, look, I don't know about you, but sometimes me, you know, if I've had a rough week where I've been running around like a headless chicken and I haven't been to the barbers and I look like a caveman, you know, next man pulls his phone out, you're looking like shit, yeah? And he goes, bro, can you do the wee-woo? And you're like, yes, bro, wee-woo.
I know what you mean, man. I know, so obviously, but that comes with the package, innit, when you're doing it. So you have to like kind of adjust to it and sometimes just swallow in hard, innit, and then just do it.
Look, because some people, it's like, Fozzy Tube and the likes of them on YouTube, when you see them, the straight away they put, like, you have to, you know, when you have a certain type of personality, even in real life, like, look, when you see us, the way you see us on the screen is how we are in real life. Obviously swearing and certain stuff like that, if you're doing that part of your character, your package, you won't see that. That's different unless you actually, that's you throughout the whole, you know, in real life or off screen, on screen. The thing is with us, the way we do things is totally different to a lot of people, and you know why I'm saying this. So, you know, obviously putting your content creation to one side, when you obviously left this, what did you do in terms of like work and stuff like that? Because I remember, you know, in your video, your comment section, people used to always comment, bro, I seen you in Morrison's, I seen you in Morrison's.
So at the time when I used to make the videos early on, I used to work at Morrison's, innit? But then obviously I moved into a different path, which I can't really disclose. It's a professional environment, innit? So I don't really like disclose where I work. But obviously, I'm not one of them type of guys that's like, I want to be famous, and you know, just like put all eggs in one basket. You have to think, you have to move with the times, innit? Like when I did like Rashy Flex and stuff like that, I knew that, you know, everything's got a shelf life in it, you know what I mean?
100%.
Everything's like a, you know, it's almost like going to a shop here, you see like a can of beans, you look closely to that can of beans, there's going to be an expiry date in it, you know what I mean? You can't just keep doing the same stuff over and over again in it. So I had that in the mindset that this is like kind of one of them moments in it where you just like kind of use it and then like get rid of it and then like maybe come back to it later on in it. So during that time what I was doing, obviously I got married, and then, you know, what happens in it, responsibility and work and stuff in it. So literally you just grafted in it. And not only that, bro, I'm not one of them kind of guys that used to like kind of always look out for fame or like, you know, it's just one of them, you know, like, because obviously by that point I did Rashy Flex, Jimmy Hardnails, and it was just me essentially just making the videos in it, and it just takes it out of you as well, you know what I mean? Like kind of just filming on your own and then having to like say, yo bro, do me a favor, stand in that spot, you stand there and act like you're scared. You know what I mean? Like, no. You know, obviously after a while then you think, okay, you know what, let's just take a break in it. And the thing is, like, every time I release a video, within a day or two, when's the next video coming out, bro? When's the next video coming out? It just got, you know, like, it starts getting a bit overwhelming, innit? And like, obviously at the time I was just thinking, you know, there was no method to the madness. The people that I used to come across, like, you know, everything was like a blur at that time, innit? Because people were watching the videos, people were approaching me. I didn't know like how to deal with it. And you know, every time I'm making a video, when's the next video coming out? When's the next video coming out? Oh, bro, come down here. You know what? Here's a free mocktail on the house. Do me a favor. Can you do a shout out for me? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you start looking at these other things that you never been used to, innit? You know what I mean? And then obviously I just wanted to like kind of, you know, take a step away from it, just like kind of relax from the videos. And then obviously I just took a break from it and, you know, attended to doing work and stuff. And then like as time went by, you know, people every time when I'd go, when's the new video coming out? I'd say the same line, to be seen, TBC in it, to be confirmed in it, you know what I mean? To a point that, you know, people kept saying like, oh, come on, like you need to create something in it. So I'd start dabbling in it. But then a switch came in it, like just recently in the last couple of months, I thought, you know what? Let's have a bit of a method to the madness now, innit? Let's do like a plan, innit? Sit down. And I think, you know, people like Andrew Tate, they give you that motivation a bit as well, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what people think about him, yeah, but you know, the guy's got motivating style of like speaking, innit? You know what I mean? And like, you know, you need to focus on yourself. You need to like kind of think of ways to like kind of, you know, get your drive up again, innit? You know what I mean? And I think, you know, I thought, you know what, let's just get on this, graft now, chill later, innit?
Yeah.
You get me? So
No, definitely. So do you know that period of time when you were in YouTube, was there any period of time where it got a bit bad for you in terms of, were there any people who were kind of hounding you? Did you get any hate messages, death threats? Because these are things that happen with content. People get like extraordinary amounts of hate. Did it ever get bad for you, or like your family? What did they think of the content as well?
I think my family were like, you know, keep it down on the swearing, innit? It's not good to like swear and stuff, innit? But then obviously I would like explain to them, look, it's just a character, innit? It's not something that I'm kind of doing, it's just part of the scene and stuff, innit? And then obviously in terms of hate, touch wood, I've never actually got like kind of hate, you know, like kind of proper like beef, like someone saying, obviously you'd get like the odd people like saying, oh bro, too much swearing or this and that. If that's what you class as hate, then yeah, I think everyone gets that kind of stuff, innit? But there was one particular guy when I was starting out, and you know, like the first hater you will always remember, innit? And this hater, for some, I still remember his username, innit? He was called Solid Snake 284 or some shit. And literally, this was like when I was first starting on YouTube, innit? And literally his first message was like, you're a dickhead. I was just like, you know, at first I looked at it, I thought, who is this guy, innit? And you know, every time I'd upload a video, and this was like literally, because at the time when you first upload, you're not going to get any views, innit? Because it's fresh content, and you always remember your first comments, innit? Like literally the guy would be like, you're a dickhead, you're this, you're that. Like literally, he'd like start swearing at me, innit? Like kind of just randomly. I didn't reply back, but then obviously I would put in the graft of getting the videos, and then when they started making, you know, like views and stuff, then I remember him messaging me back, innit? Like saying, bro, I think your video's alright, we should do content together, innit? So I remember just looking at that message, I thought, kaise dunyavi? You know what I mean? It's funny how this world works, man, innit? You know what I mean? But other than that, there's not been like actual like kind of people like hating on me or like kind of, you know, obviously you get comments where people say, wasted 2 minutes of my life, you know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. If that, like I said, if that's what you call hate, then that is the hate that I've probably received like anyone else.
Okay.
But there's not been like some sad motherfucker standing in the corner going, what's your name, Rashy? Let me come fuck out of you. You know what I mean? Never that kind of hate, no.
A final question that we're going to touch on in terms of your YouTube, and I'll cut this out if you don't want to answer it, because it is a bit of a personal question. But obviously you are really successful with what you did with Rashid Flex and Jimmy Hardnails. How much revenue did you make out of those videos?
I know the answer to that as well, and I can tell you. But I know, go on.
Tell me. Tell me.
Bro, when you're putting Tupac on there and he's monetized, you're fucked.
No way.
Bro, yeah, you, like obviously, you know, when you're making content, you think more with your heart than your head. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I could, at the time when I was doing it, there was no like monetization. As soon as I stopped, that's when the monetization kicked in.
No way.
So literally, I left the scene when the monetization came out in it. You know what I mean? So obviously, you'd get opportunities like through advertising and stuff like that, which was like kind of. It's like inconsistent, innit? You can't really put a number on it, but you know what I mean? Like there was like kind of money made, like kind of, you know, from like just like general like kind
off
of
YouTube things, basically.
Off YouTube things, innit? But I wouldn't say like you know, it wasn't anything that was like, wow, 1.7 million guys.
But it still took you to doing a video with Tyson Fury. How did that come about?
So obviously I'm a boxing fan, innit? And like I said, you know, we live in a generation where people only, you know, ride people when they're at the top, innit? So when I saw Tyson Fury at the time, he was in a place where everyone was hating on him for some reason. I saw the potential. I seen that, you know, that he was a sick fighter, and I knew my boxing as well, innit? And I was like thinking, you know, I went up to him, I said, listen, why don't we, you know, can I make a video of you? I'm a fan of your fighting and stuff, innit? And I remember at the time when I came to approach him, Sky News was there, you know, making a video of him, and they were like, Tyson, can you do us a favour, just throw punches towards the camera? And he was just literally like, fuck off, man. You know what I mean? And then I'm thinking, shit, how am I going to approach him, innit, if he's like that with Sky News, you know what I mean? So I literally came up to him and said, listen, mate, you know what it is, yeah? I make YouTube videos, I've got a bit of an Asian following, and I want to make a video with yourself, which is basically essentially a fuck you to the haters, innit? You know what I mean? Because at the time, people were like kind of hounding on him, like for like, you know, having Christian beliefs at the time, and like just basically just general things that he would say. They wasn't really like respecting him on that level, innit? And he was like, I said to him, look, let's make a video that's gonna like kind of, you know, in the later down the line, maybe like show you in a good light, you know what I mean? Like to say that you're gonna become a future champion, innit? And he was like, yeah, let's go for it. And surprisingly, you know, we had like kind of half an hour with him, like kind of, you know, to do the shot. So I quickly had to like think on my feet and stuff and say, right, okay, what's going to happen? I'm going to chat shit, say that you're a shit fighter and I want you to strangle me and all that stuff. And he was a good guy, man. Everything, like, he listened to everything that I said. And look at him now, proper world champion, eh? You get me?
That's mad. That is so mad.
And I think that's what people tend to do, man. Like they don't give people chances, innit? You know what I mean? It's like you know, like when we used to have BDA productions, I used to be like, come in the videos, innit? You know what I mean? Because bro, you don't realize it, yeah, but you're a sick actor, bro. Like here's some news, guys. I don't know if you know, these two wonderful gentlemen, they're coming in the new series.
Please don't watch it.
That was a munchbox, that was lunchbox.
Oh no.
But yeah, so obviously, as you aware, guys, we have worked together before.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's a new series coming out, a new Rashy Flex series.
TBC or is it?
No, it'll be coming out in June, July time. So obviously, right now I'm just doing the graft of making all the episodes, and then it's just gonna come releasing out, innit?
Yeah.
And they're gonna see the noise come back again, innit?
Do you know what? Do you know when we were on set with you, yeah? And you were just literally like, hi, yeah, you come here, brother, you stand over there, and like you were just spitting ideas out, bro.
Yeah.
And you were just off the cuff, you were just like, right, well, Goldie's gonna be beep, and then you're just gonna come in, you're gonna grip him, and just the way you were coming out with ideas just off the top of your head, I was thinking, what have you been feeding this guy? Like, what does he think about when he goes to sleep on the night? What dreams does he have?
It's getting a man, dude.
So, fast forwarding now, yeah. Obviously, present day, you've got these. Let's move on to these. Let's move on to the merchandise now, innit? Yeah, because I've been eyeing these sweets up.
I'm gonna open it.
So guys, let me give you a bit of context here. So basically, the number one plug is your place to go. And what we do there, we sell vapes, we sell sweets, and you know, we got all the stuff that you need, your daily disposable vapes and stuff. But we've also got these new Rashy Flex sweets. These are based on the Rashy Flex character. Try them. Tell me what you think of them.
So let's do some ASMR.
Give me an honest review, bro. I'm a ruthless guy, man. If they crap, just say it straight.
Okay, let me fish, because there's a lot of stuff in here. Like, we've got refreshers, I'm pretty sure they're haram.
They're halal now.
They're halal.
No, they're super.
We've got fizzy rolls.
Fizzy rolls. There's a mix.
Yeah, look.
We've got big
super
boys.
for vegetarian and vegans, mate. They know the most. They know.
We've got
Look,
vegan. So if you're vegan out there, give your head a wobble and have some of these sweets.
Shall I tell you the story of how this came about?
Go on, let's enjoy these sweets while you tell us the story.
So basically, when I was a kid, yeah, I used to go into like Morrison's, Tesco's, Sainsbury's, and I'd always want to have like a sweet that I could eat. But you know, like when you see like a packet and it's like looks next level and you're like, oh, my croissant. Then you turn around, it's like pork gelatine. And you're thinking to yourself, how on earth, which sick guy would have thought to himself, you know what, cousin, let's put pork into this sweet. You know what I mean? Like, who would have thought of that? And I always used to get like vexed, like they're coming back, like getting the crap sweets, you know, the hard sweets that you just normally get. And then obviously I was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna create my own vegan sweets. You know, someone can come in, grab them, and taste them. What do you think of them?
So it's a heavy bag, man.
Yeah, look, it says vegan there.
Man, I've seen it. So these retail at a tenner.
Tell her, yeah, but
And what are the bag weighs? This is like a barbell, bro.
KG.
it's a kg bag, bro.
Pass me some, you fuck.
They get the 2 bags.
As you can see,
Oh,
guys,
these are
they're
bad.
absolutely loving it.
These are bad.
Yeah.
They're like
Get me one,
brushes
please.
or something.
But trust me, you know what? You'll find it hard to even finish them on
Wow.
because there's so many.
What is this? I've seen the strawberries. What's this?
Blueberry.
It's Rashi Flex special, isn't it?
Actually, Maya, I'm taking that one. You can have this one.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Guys, do the review in a minute. Tell me what you guys think, man.
Wow, scrumptious is tangling all my taste buds. You know? Do you know what? They're really nice. Very diverse set of sweets, and they're not the tiny Coca-Cola bottles and little like crap sweets.
So what actually happened is I went into like a laboratory with a laboratory coat, and then I actually handpicked.
Wait, let me just show the camera. So as you can see, guys, let's flip this part. Round.
Ram to the nails.
Wow. Wow. Okay, drop some. I'll give this some to the guys as well.
No, I want to look and get in. They're generally nice.
You like it? Yeah?
Really like it.
Normally,
You know, we made sure that they weren't like the, you know, like cheap kind of stuff. We actually like went down, looked at the products. We wanted to make sure that there's quality in it. You know what I mean? But obviously, when the episodes come out, you'll see it even more out in it. You know what I mean? It'll all come together nice and cozily. But yeah, so obviously the number one plug is where you can get these sweets from. So number one plug, what they do is like they do disposable vapes, like vapes or candy, all your needs, you know what I mean? Like whatever you guys need, you know, if you like shisha, if you like eccentric sweets, come down to the number one plug.
How much do you charge for a bottle of Prime?
A bottle of Prime? Well, I'd say it come down and we can sort you good price out, you know what I mean?
have you seen that video which went viral with him in Manchester?
The one where
Skinhead.
But you
know?
I see the one where you robbed the shop.
No, there's one outside and saying we're open.
So I was texting the guy going, "Hi guys, I'm with this blonde guy over here." You should take him. So these guys you just gripped off the streets. You just do videos with.
Just a random girl. Just we were you're on about the viral video, innit?
Yeah.
So we were in Manchester. Obviously, we've got stores all across. We've got Manchester, Leeds, and Keighley. So we were at the Manchester one.
Hello.
Can you show me?
Dust. Take your hand up, take against the microphone.
Guys, if you could see behind the camera, they're all munching on it. It's like a pack of hyenas.
Right, before we move on, we have to have one of these Shilajit shot. So do you know what Shilajit is?
I know it's got like benefits about you, but I've never actually drunk one before.
So it's got 82 minerals.
84.
84 minerals that your body needs on a day. Like, I drink this daily now. I love it, mate. I go to sleep better. I wake up with amazing energy. Let's just say that. Do you know what I mean? It's got a bit of a Marmite taste. So you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
But you drink it for the benefits. You understand? So have a drink. Tell us what you think about it. But then ring us in the morning and tell me how you feel as well. Yeah? I'm gonna crack one as well.
Guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't usually like drink random products I've never seen before.
Are you allergic to nuts?
Depends on who's nuts. I'm joking.
Oh, milk? Are you okay with milk?
Look, yeah, man, let's have a...
What did you want yours?
Oh, packaging's changed.
Okay. It reminds me of like licorice.
Yeah.
It's like licorice, isn't it?
This is what happens when you give guys who do food reviews food. What's the nuts? We just start munching.
You love it, yeah?
They're nice.
They are genuinely really nice.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna
Good
lie, bro.
sweets, like
I've been sent a
sweets.
couple of packets out by people on Instagram who do this, do that, and I've done it for them. You know, obviously we try to help as many people as we can, but you know, like yourself, oh bro, I've been a fan from you from day one. My dad's opened a takeaway. Can you open it? You're like, get up. Look, the whole point and purpose of my channel is to go out and find spots that you're not used to, like the best smash burger, the best buttermilk chicken burger, whatever it is, because. Me going to a takeaway and getting the normal standard frozen processed cheeseburger is fine. I can do a video on it, but be honest, you're not gonna get off of your sofa at home or jump in your car and be like, oh, I seen a cheeseburger. And
you want that unique stuff, innit?
So that's what sells, because that's the whole point of the channel, to find spots and hidden gems and celebrate food. And even getting processed food and that kind of stuff is nice, but the thing is, unfortunately, I've had stuff like this sent out to me before. Don't get me wrong, it was nice, but the quality, not just in the sense of like the size of it, it's like a lot of people, like he said, they get the small cola bottles in, they just whack it, mix it up, and there's no thought behind it. Just like, you know, rum it, make it. Obviously, it's gonna be a kilo anyway, but let's make it look big, bulky, this and that. The thing is, I'd rather go for quality than quantity.
Yeah, so this has got like proper quality, man. It's not like just rubber. You know, like some sweets are just rubber kind of. It's like, cause I got the wrong answer in it. Okay, let's just use it as a rubber in it. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like proper, got that taste in it.
No, it's nice. So in terms of food, what do you like? What don't you like? Have you got any like pet peeves of food that you don't go near? Or do you eat out?
I like grilled food. You know that saria food, like lamb chops.
Okay. Like the charring, yeah.
Yeah, I love charring food. You know, like lamb chops with, you know, like kind of chicken wings, cheesy chips. Absolutely love it.
I remember when you were talking about Nando's and the Lumi cheese.
Yeah, Lumi cheese, stuff like that, bro. You know, like Lumi cheese, char grill kind of stuff I like.
Yeah.
But one of my boys, he likes what's it called? Miami's. He just absolutely love. You know, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but you know, like sometimes what happens with food is if someone just keeps talking on about it over and over again, you start getting that sickly feeling about the place. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, don't get me wrong, Miami's is nice. But imagine every time you see me, I'm like, let's go Miami's, Kuzi. Let's go Miami's. There's gonna be a point in your head where you can start feeling, getting that ulti vibe about that place, innit? You know what I mean?
You get sick of it. You keep eating.
Yeah, you get sick of it. And I think it's like I got a love-hate relationship with that place, innit? You know what I mean?
He's right though. It's like with us, we're kind of fortunate because of the work that we do in the field that we're in. We go to, not every day, but when we do go out to make videos, it's a new place all the time. And like in my local, there's so many spots that I love. And then when I do walk in, whenever it is, they're like, bro, you haven't come for ages. I'm like, look, I'm out busy filming. And the time that I do have, I'm at home. And if I have decided to come out here, lucky I've come here, because at the end of the day, I don't even have that time to go to local spots anymore. I'm going, and I've had that where I've gone somewhere and we've literally, like, I'll give you an example, Delicious Parmesan House. In my opinion, one of the best parmesans in Bradford. No doubt, but obviously Middlesbrough is known for it. Up the borough, they're known for their parmesans, Delicious Parmesan, I literally had it like 4 times in a week. Just yumming it. At one point, I went in and I ordered 2. Personally, I smashed them both out. But this was a long time ago. Not now, I'm an old man now. I can't do stuff like that anymore. But after I finished them 2, it got to that point like where I felt sick, and then I didn't go back there. Not because the food wasn't nice, it's because we've abused it. You know, like when they say you run the shit out of it.
You just get that sick association with it after a while. You know what I mean?
And it's like when we were younger, the quality of food was there. Like, look, when you're thinking about it now, people now when they open businesses, no matter what it is, they always concentrate on the looks of the business, how it looks aesthetically, if it's gonna. And don't get me wrong, most businesses now, women go out and spend money, and women are the ones who attract customers, because this is what people do when they're building their shops, especially takeaways and restaurants. They're trying to bring in that female market, because wherever women go, men are gonna go automatically anyway. Right or wrong?
Don't ask me, man. I just go where it's nice. I don't go with the women. I don't know what these lot are on about. Do you know what I mean?
You're right. He's on that I'm married flex, bro. I don't know what you're on about.
No, I don't. Look, I get why some people would. Personally, I don't. Innit? Do you get what
it's not about you.
I can't.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't. Innit? She was like that. She was like, "Let's go, please."
I'm giving a general statement. I'm not pinpointing it to anyone. I'm just saying it in general, because you have to understand it's clever from businessmen, but the food has to be on point. Because like I was having a conversation with someone the other day. It's like now people, it's like a 70-30 balance. They'll push 70% towards the business and how it looks, and 30% towards the food. Whereas if it was 50-50 and you put it together and it comes to 100%, then it's kind of got that balance. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you guys a question. If you had a restaurant, what would you call it? I think you guys would smash it on a restaurant. Like, you know,
there's too much hard work. I think personally, I feel sorry for some business owners because it is hard. The food business is competitive, especially in Bradford. There's so many places that are open that it's literally if you had one bad experience or your first time there is bad, that's it for life. That customer will not come back. That's just the way it is. I have that feeling. If I go somewhere and I don't like it, I will never go back again.
Yeah,
so
but
it's a harsh
in a way, that's wrong. I'll tell you why. Like, look, now a new place has opened up on Legram's Lane. It's called Moody's. I'll say as it is.
Yeah.
I went down. I did a video there. Now you go check my video. I reviewed the pizza and a Sikh kebab wrap, and people are like, oh bro, the burgers this, the burgers that. I'm like, bro, I didn't even put the burger in the video.
Yeah.
You get me? Because obviously people are comparing it to Mahmood, this and that, la di da. The thing is, how can you compare something that's just opened up a couple of days ago, well, it's been a month or so, two now maybe, to someone who's been established for 20 years?
Yeah.
You can't do that. But that's like, look, comparing a kid who's come on the scene making funny content to you. You've been in the game 10 years, come back, gone, whatever. You've got the skill set, the creativity. You've even got the network in terms of contact.
Yeah.
You can pick your phone up now, speed dial. Obviously, you know how it is. Sometimes when they give you Lare in it, this, that. But
whatever you need, bro, Ferraris to Galados, come to me. Because have you got that Ferrari available? You know what it is? It's in the garage now, innit? 6 weeks out. He's like, what the fuck? You just wanted to say that innit, at the time, innit? Just to make yourself look good and cool, innit?
Can't ask what you're about to say. You're about to say something.
I was gonna say, you know, like, obviously I follow you guys anyway, innit? Like, I've seen like a couple of videos of yours where, trust me, it's like, you know, when you see it, it's just something instinctive, innit? It's like that caveman mentality. When you see someone nice, you want to try it. There has been times where I feel like sometimes the camera does lie at times on certain products. You know what I mean? It's like I've seen the doner looking nice and thick with that chamak, you know that shine to it, and you're thinking that's gonna be succulent, right? You know, when you bite into it, the juices are gonna come out. Like there was one in particular where we kind of went from your video recommendation, innit?
What place?
It was called Red Cherry. And
oh, listen, no, wait. Before we get to anything, because I know he's gonna say.
No, listen, me and my boy went, we went there like proper, like literally, my boy was fucking, you know, bigging this place up in it. He was like, you know, sometimes he'd give me a call and all I hear was, oh, you know what I mean? Like, he was salivating over the food, innit? So I was like, let's go. So we went down, and don't get me wrong, it was like kind of standard process, innit? And he puts the doner in it. And looking at it, we're like, okay, this tastes nice. And we took a bite. It was just garam. Just heat, wasn't it?
Dead rubber.
It was like literally like dead rubber. And he goes, bro, here's the chili sauce. And they just made it even more hotter. And I was just thinking, yeah, what the fuck was this?
If you go watch my video, because the thing is, you know me, I've got a memory, even though I've created over 400 videos, I've got that kind of memory. I remember everything. Once, boom, you name a video, I'll remember, not the day, but I'll remember what happened on that day. So me and Ali went down, we did a video there. Now, for what we got for £12 is good value for money in the sense it's a big box with loads of things in it.
Yeah.
But if you go back and watch that video, I didn't say the doner's next level. I just said it's nice and meaty, which it was. It's meaty doner.
Yeah.
But it's like thick cut doner. You go watch the video,
It's
obviously,
like a
Ali,
solicitor, innit?
no, you have to, because at the end of the day, people be like, oh, you got paid for this or that. First things first, people don't realize is that, look, money at the end of the day is not going to last forever. Like you said, everything has a shelf life. Now, if you create content, like, look, someone messaged me the other day, they know who they are, I'm not going to mention their name. They are a content creator and they're like, look, I'm starting food reviews, any advice? I go, look, bro, 3 things. A, be yourself. B, be honest. And even if someone pays you, be critical when you're talking about the food. Don't do what certain people start doing. It's nice, or it's juicy, it's delicious. Why is it nice? What makes it nice? Is it the flavor? Is it the texture? What makes it nice? Because a lot of people like, it's nice.
I've seen like some moms like doing the food reviews. Literally, they just be like this, like.
Legit.
I'm thinking, okay, so what?
I seen a food review yesterday, for, I'll tell you afterwards, He's literally gone, right guys, so we come here, we've got this dish here, this dish there, this dish there, this dish there, and he's gone, come down, food's fire, bam. Bro, you ain't even tasted it.
I know you're on
And I was just thinking, wow. And then I'm looking at the comments and all it is just heart faces. Wow, beautiful. I want to eat the decor.
Did they have a mosque on?
Yeah, don't worry. You know who it is. And I'll say it to your face, don't worry. I'm not scared to say it to you. No, I can't say it. I'll say it to him in it. Do you get what I mean? I'll say, bro, you didn't even take a bite out of the food. But you know, people like
I think what it is due to inexperience, innit? So obviously, I reckon as they...
Bro, the guy's got more followers than me.
Yeah.
Look, you have to understand, I'm not Gordon Ramsay, but I have food background where I've come from a family where we've got over 30 years experience in the food industry, takeaways, restaurants. So
Is in the door.
Is he bouncing?
No. Oh, it's safe. Just take it with you.
So the thing is, it's not just about being like a food critic. I don't class myself as that. I'm just a normal guy who buys food and gives my opinion on it. Alhamdulillah, I've worked hard over 3 years to get to where I am. And like I said in the beginning, earlier on when you were mentioning about consistency, the only reason my channel has been successful, obviously everything comes from above, everything comes from Allah, no doubt. Your risk is written for you. How you go about and get it, if it's the right or wrong way, that's up to you. But for me, these last 3 years, nobody has seen besides myself and the people around me the amount of time. Like, look, okay, I can say I've spent 10, 15, 20 grand. I can see and start chucking our numbers on videos and I've done this and that. But that doesn't mean anything. Time is so important to people. Even myself, time is important because once it's gone, you can't get it back. And the time that I've invested into this is something that I can't even put a number on it. Like you said, would you open a business? One day I'd like to open a business, but I've always had this thing in my head, you know, if I ever hit, like, I'll be honest with you, I'll say it here now, it's not that it's going to stop me from doing it if I don't hit that target, but in my head I thought, you know what, if I hit 500,000 followers on any platform, I'll open a business. Not because I've got 500,000 followers, but then you know that, look, I've worked so hard to do this, that I can use that same mentality with opening, because opening a business, especially when it comes to restaurant, it's not easy, bro, because your life, if you are stuck in there, because there's two types of people when they own a business. One is a chef who is there full time and he has no social life and he's working like a dog in and out, or you're a businessman where you've funneled the money, put it into it, and then you make it grow, basically.
You know what I think would be a sick restaurant, which is not like kind of been looked into, if it was just called Auntie G Khana.
Okay.
Like literally, when you walk in, it's like desi aunties there. You know, making the rotiyan. You know what I mean? Like,
there's places like that. It's not called that.
Is it?
Like,
I'll plug them. It's called Ambiji's BD5 Woodride Centre, and it's nice food.
Ambiji's.
They do nice parmesans, even though I haven't been to that branch, but there used to be a Manningham Lane where the Pakiza food to go is. Like a place that I'll plug in, Taza Kitchen, they're normally in Thombury Centre. And then on a Sunday they in kind of Mills, her paratha are next level, bro. It's kasme, it's like take you back to wherever you're from, in Pakistan. You know, like when you were there and you sing to that Kusra. I love it. Yeah. When you do their videos. So the thing is, it's like when it comes to food, like look, with me, if I ever did open a business, I wouldn't tell people it's mine. The reason being is because it's not that I'm scared of anything. It's just I understand of the way I've grown my channel. I've been to businesses where I haven't had the ill intention of giving them a bad review. The whole point is, look, I give a good review. People say it's fake. If I give a bad review, it's fake. It's like you can never win. Because the thing is, like, look, someone just recently commented on my Instagram, oh bro, I went Sheikh Beezy was dead. I replied to the guy, look, when I went on the day, my video is based on the day I went. We didn't go hand in hand. We didn't eat the same chicken that was fried in the same, you know, at that same time.
But do you ever feel like sometimes when you're going in that, you know, they purposely try to make the food with more...
They can, but you have to understand one thing which you will know straight away. Look, you've done a couple of food reviews or food videos. I'm not going to mention any businesses, but when you've gone there and you've done your shots, no matter how good you are, it takes a bit of time to get all your B-roll and all that. And by the time you eat the food, is it hot when it came out of the kitchen or is it like lukewarm?
It becomes like lukewarmish, isn't it?
So look, the consistency, texture and the temperature of the food, 50% of it's dropped anyway. So we don't just work off of that, then we have to work off the flavours and stuff like that.
Let me ask you a question. You're a restaurant owner, innit? You see this guy with glasses on walking in like this, and he sits down and he's gonna eat a meal. How are you gonna cook that food if this guy walks in? 10 out of 10 in it.
I'll be like, listen,
few extra chips.
I want 10 of the best motherfuckers in the back to start cooking in it, you know what I mean? Do one thing straight over it. And I think that's where kind of sometimes, you know, that...
There's that impartiality where people be like, oh yeah, you get this and you get... Because some say, and you can go, and I'm not just saying it because it's me, you go to any business that I've been to, paid or unpaid, where I've gone and I've done a review off my own back. And this is where the difference is, and I have to obviously keep repeating it because you know yourself, like, look, when you do something, people will become followers from day one. You'll have followers from day one, but then you'll have new followers, and you have to keep kind of repeating yourself, which is a bit sad because it's like, look, even now I've been uploading 6 videos a day. He goes to me, "You're crazy. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" Since I've been uploading 6 videos a day, my Instagram has grown by about 2,000 followers, which is hard. You can't. Instagram is hard.
Is that like within...
my Facebook within since Rose starting?
Yeah.
Now I know my growth, like on TikTok, my growth average, not going sick, just uploading like 2-3 videos a week, and that's not like proper reviews, like 1 proper review and 2 random videos. I average about 2,000 followers a month. Since Rosie have started, I've gained 9,700 followers.
Yeah, that's good, man.
In 1 month.
But I'll tell you why I don't like it. Bro, I've gone to Instagram. Anji Cozy. I'm thinking, fuck. I've gone to Facebook. Anji Cozy. Woot. Fuck's sake, let me go to TikTok. Anji Cozy. I'm thinking, shit, man, chill the fuck up. I don't know what the shit. So you get what I mean? Bro, it's like, literally, it's like takeover. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm thinking, bro,
because people don't realize, you know, like people are saying to me, "Oh, bro, you've fallen off," and but people don't realize, you know, like, look, when we create content, we create it because we want to. Like you said, when people say to you, "When's the next video coming out?" We don't. Back then, when we used to do it, we used to be like under pressure, like, "Oh yeah, when the next video is that?" But now I've realized, do what makes you happy. Do what you want to do. Don't get me wrong, the people who support us, they're like integral part of our success, because without them, we're nobody's. But the thing is that I don't sit here, like, look, people say to me, "Oh, bro, you lied, I went here." I'm like, look, I liked it. Like, I can go to Rogers and get a £3.50 burger, if it is still £3.50. I don't know, it might be £4. I don't want to give out the wrong prices, but I can get a couple of quid, spend a couple of quid, get a burger. It won't be the best burger in the world, but it'll make me happy because I enjoyed it. But the people are like, "Bro, I went here and you said it's the best," but I never said it's the best. I've just said I like it, I enjoy it. Like you said, your mate was saying Miami's. Thing is, people end up hyping something up so much, they'll be like, "Oh, this is just a TikTok shop. It's been hyped up on TikTok."
Exactly, it just kind of puts it a bit down after a while, innit? If someone keeps talking about it. It's like right now, like, obviously, I've been like kind of focusing on the number 1 plug, in it. So you guys need to watch out for this, innit? Because basically what's going to happen now, the new Rashy Flex series is coming out, the merchandise, you're a shisha guy, innit? Vapes, innit? Like, obviously, we're kind of creating some new products there, innit? There's something called Happy Vibes. I was telling you before we started. Literally, you know, this is how next level it is, you twist the product, it comes out with 3 different flavours in it on each twist, in it, which you don't normally get with vapes, in it. And they'll be coming out soon, in it. So
where are the branches again?
So we've got the branches in Leeds, Manchester, and Keighley.
Okay.
But you know, Keighley.
Which one do you normally be kicking out at?
I'm all over, innit? I'm like a slag, innit? Just going everywhere. You know what I mean?
He's like a locum.
Locum, yeah. But there's going to be a music video dropping as well soon, innit? Okay. So watch out, innit? After Eid, obviously.
Who's rapping? Who's rapping?
We can't give any details, innit? But watch it drop. He's a known singer as well, so you probably...
Singer or rapper?
Rapper, innit? Rapper, singer.
What area?
If he says that, you're going to click on in it.
Birmingham.
Okay. Good, man. So now you're back on the scene with the content and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like I said, man, I'm like, obviously, like, literally, because I work as well, there's a lot of like kind of things I have to do. Like, not only am I working, then I'm working on this as well. So there's a lot of like kind of, literally, you've got no time in it, you know what I mean? Like, just constantly like churning out the content, innit?
How do you find the balance? Because obviously you've got a family as well, you know what I mean?
Obviously, in anything in life, you're going to take some hits in certain aspects, innit? You know what I mean? So there is moments where I'm like filming and I feel like that, you know what, I can't spend the time properly, innit? You know what I mean? But it's one of them, innit? Like, you do it for the greater good, innit? You know what I mean? But let's see how it goes, innit?
Now, do you want to make a career out of content? Is that the way you're going?
I'm just, you know, I'm kind of focused right now, innit? I don't want to like kind of say something like, I want to do this. I want to just like kind of put my full focus in it, have that mentality, like, let's just, you know, stamp it down, let's just graft in it, have that graft mentality. Don't like cry about certain things and just be like, "Oh no, it coulda, shoulda, woulda." I'm just giving it full 100% now, innit?
Where do you get the hoodie from?
The number 1 plug.
No, but the reason I'm asking is because I've seen it, but it's similar to like your...
This is like heroin, mate, I swear.
Is it?
Wow.
It's similar to like
about
your...
these, but to do a full bag of these, I swear, they're so nice. I have one.
It's similar to like your Rashy.
You know what?
Now.
Honestly, you know what? Yeah, like when it comes to like Eid and stuff like that, they're actually doing quite well as well, innit? You know, like with Eid coming up, like the kids will like really like them as well. You know.
No, but I was saying about your jacket, your hoodie, sorry. It's similar to like your Rashi flex, isn't it?
Some jacket or not?
There's no fit no more.
Bro, is Rashy on the mic, innit?
How? Lovely jubbly. What was that? No, it's fine. So, how did you manage to come up with every single character though? Like,
The names.
Yeah. Like, what was your thought process?
No, it's like anything in life, like you always hear stories in it. Like, for example, yeah, bro, you know this guy, customer, they were in a club, yeah, this up now just start lumping everyone out cold, innit? Then you think, that sounds like a crazy bastard. No, what was his name? His name was Ginny, innit? As a random name, innit?
See, that was told.
Yeah.
There's actually a guy called Tutti.
It is.
Yeah, that's right. There's a guy
What, we called Tutti, yeah?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
The people come out with some weird names, man.
Like Nano. Like, that is so iconic now. Do you know what I mean? Like, everybody, if you say cock to someone, like,
It's just random, innit? It's just random.
like, you don't understand the extent of how far it's gone throughout the UK. Like, man's know what
Yeah, but
that means.
the thing is, like, obviously, you know, there comes a level where, like, the thing is, I've got skill sets in it, and I feel like, you know, I want to really explore these skills that I've got in it. Like, for example, the other day, me and my boy went to go watch John Wick 4 in it. I was looking at it thinking, wow, this is sick, man. You know what I mean? Like the way it's been shot and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? If I put my mind to it, I could create something similar to that. Because I've got the skill set, you know, like the drones, the way they like filmed it and stuff. I could just picture it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? All I just need is the right people around me. You know what I mean? And like kind of like the fight. You know, when you look at fight sequences, yeah, you think to yourself, oh wow, that must have took time. But you know what? It's the angles that they film it at. You know what I mean?
So we film a fight scene right now.
If you film the fight scene,
Me and you.
yeah, I could tell you, okay, what we need to do.
Let's go.
Go on then.
I'm being serious. Let's do a fight sequence right now, me and you. Like, I'm martial arts background, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me and you are gonna film a fight scene.
Is double time done.
So how it works is the angles that you film it in. Like, for example, this right now is filming as a two-way in it. So what we would do is we'd probably move that camera from behind. So literally, I'm throwing a hook, but it's about the timing as well of the person. So it's about like kind of, you know, filming from different angles, and then you put it together. It creates a beautiful sequence in it. You get me? This is what I mean, like, and when I look at that kind of stuff, I think, shit, man, I wish I could, like, you know, have like a team of like stunt artists.
That's the problem, though. It's like
It's kind of, you get limited a bit.
when you're doing something on your own. It's like, look, the reason I mentioned Foodie Tube is because if you look at it when it comes to like ethnic minorities, he's one of the guys who's done really well for himself.
Yeah.
Whatever's happened with him has happened with him. But like, if you look at when he started off originally, he was playing like 7 different roles.
Yeah.
But then slowly he built a team where he
Yeah.
and that's the issue with us. What I've even found, like I used to do Chachi comedy, do you remember?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'd have to play like 6 different roles. Yeah, you get me? I'd have to even get my mum's scarf and wear it and try to blend it, which he's done as well. And the thing is that finding people who are not just good at what they do, but who are reliable and who can come
Yeah,
on the
it's
day
not-
is very, very hard.
It's reliability that lets you down, innit? Why do you think I was about 7 different fucking characters? Yeah, you coming down, cousin? No, man, no, fuck it, then. Hello. Yeah, he's exactly a little character.
Oh shit.
But yes, it's all about like kind of making sure that you can like kind of adapt to your situation, innit? And when it comes to filming, I'm good at adapting. Like, for example, there's been on times when I've been shooting and say something's like messed up, then I've had to like think on my feet, especially like when you go and film like a business or something like that and things are not going the way. And you know, the crazy thing is, I've got that ability to like kind of adapt and like kind of direct where I need to go in it. You know what I mean? Like like obviously imagine like you walk in and you're making like a, I don't know, mobile phone video or something, you know, like the world's smallest phone, and all people are just looking at you like, go on then, tell me, it puts you under pressure, innit? You know what I mean? But I've had that ability to like kind of...
Are you on about Zanko?
Zanko! You get me? Big up to Zanko boys as well.
Mr. Shazad.
Yeah.
I think he's in China. Have you seen that?
No,
the jail
give us some
phones in it.
context.
The jail phone. Basically...
All the ones that go up here.
This guy basically used to go around selling phones. He's selling phones in markets, this, that, whatever. Long story cut short, he ended up moving to China, and he's one of the biggest manufacturers probably in the world of the tiniest phone. It's called Zanko.
Zanko.
And he's not made it for that purpose, but is
It's-
big in jail.
yeah.
The jail scene, HMP.
What
is next
purpose
level.
did he make it for?
But big up to Zanko boys, isn't it?
He's Delhi, and he's tight with him. I really know him like Salam though.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, man. You know what? He's genuinely a good guy, man. But you know, alhamdulillah, everyone that I've worked with, they've all been good in it. It's like, especially like with the number one plug guys as well. Like kind of, you know, you know, when you're nice to people, people will be nice back to you.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like when you've got hidden agendas and stuff like that. That's when everything messes up in it.
Yeah.
And you boys are probably aware of this kind of times. You know, when you've probably worked with someone or. You know, there's like hidden agendas there, and it just causes a bit of problems and stuff, innit?
Bro, look, you'll get people messaging you. Thing with me is, it's nice, you know.
Oh, give us a scale out of 10. What would you give him? Honest review.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, them blue ones, them blue strawberries, they're the solid like 9.5.
Wow.
I'm not joking. And that's all I'm going to speak on because they were
I mean, I need to have a couple more before I give my final word.
Yeah, you know what? I should have brought some more packs in it.
But we've had a few sweets during Ramadan.
Yeah.
People give sweets out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
These are my favourite. I like these.
The guitars.
Yeah, guitars. I thought they paint rushes, bro.
What guitars? Listen, but you fucking scandal now.
we gonna do like a two-way munch.
What's it called? Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, have you seen it? Beauty of the High Older or something?
No, what the fuck are you going on about?
There's this guy on TikTok, yeah, he literally just does dancing. He's like a 40-year-old man basically, and like people call him a nonce and everything like that.
The guy with the blonde hair.
Yeah, blonde hair. He's got Beauty of the Holder or something, Beauty or Beyond the Holder or something like that.
Oh,
I was on about that movie, the Disney movie with the two dogs, you remember they sucking the spaghetti
And the kiss.
and the kiss. I was on about
I'm kissing you, bro.
No, you're not because you went, what did you fucking
कोई गलत काम ना ही जाए boys.
Oh, man.
This is Saljib then. You boys always like kind of drink this then, or is this?
You didn't enjoy it, did you?
You know, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's something that I'm not used to in it. But sometimes I think to myself, you know what? In life, like sometimes the simplest things are the simplest of cures, isn't it? Like for example, have you ever heard of mama milk?
I'm not saying no. You continue talking.
So basically, there was an idea, or should I say a premise, where people said that, you know, like when babies come out, what do they drink? They drink the mother's milk. But then all of a sudden they're stopping it, then they transfers to cow milk in it.
Okay.
But what if there was a continuation of the mama milk? What would happen?
Have you not seen like Game of Thrones?
No?
You've never seen Game of Thrones?
I've seen it, but I don't know about the milk.
So you've watched the full Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
So do you remember Lady Stark?
Right?
Lady Stark's sister lived in that tower, didn't it?
Yeah.
And she used to have that kid. She used to have that kid who was about 9 years old.
Right.
And he used to be a baloney. He used to be a proper baloney. He used to say, oh, mum, it's dinner time. And he used to have the mother's milk. That's how you'd end up. So people who watch Game of Thrones don't drink mother's milk, basically.
The one who got flung out the hole.
Yeah, no.
Is that the Mad King?
He was the one who was saying, oh, put him out the hole, throw him out the hole.
Yeah, but
I don't
his
think
mum
he
got
got
thrown out of the hole, then one of them did.
His mum got thrown out of the hole.
By that little finger with that guy.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
'Cause he
Yeah,
didn't
you know
want
who
to
I'm on
remind
about.
us that- Yeah.
Yes, you know who I'm on about.
Jon Snow's auntie, innit?
I
Yes.
gotta say that villain was sick. You know, the king, the little king.
Joffrey.
Joffrey, you know, the one that gets the poisoned.
Yeah.
Such a satisfying death scene,
But
man.
he's such a good actor as well.
Yeah.
Like his acting.
You know,
was
if you're gonna
incredible.
hate someone
Yeah.
in real life by watching them on the screen, that means they've done their job. Like, if you watch or don't watch, it's like there's a character called Sadat and Kopek in Urtugul.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people hate, like, literally, you'd feel like you want to go through the TV and stab this guy because
Yeah.
he did things on season upon a season where he was getting away with it. Like, literally, he'd be there, you'd be like, yeah, his head's gonna get chopped off, but then he'd get away with it.
Yeah.
But if a person, not just you, but everyone hates this guy, that mean or girl, it means he's good at their job, innit? It's like with me in Game of Thrones, when I watched it, I loved all of it, but unfortunately the ending, man, it was just dead. For me personally, I think they should have just ended it when she flew over King's Landing
Yeah.
with the dragon. She was just going sick. They should have just stopped it there. The story they gave at the end, man, I didn't like that. It was...
But you know what I don't really like is the representation of Asians. You know, like, in like, you know, basically, like, you've got these superheroes, in it, like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man.
I'm sure there's one who came out now who was Pakistani, you know? No?
Some, what, Miss Marvel or something like that? What is she, man?
Yeah.
It's not a realistic portrayal, is it? Like, sometimes when I look at it, I feel like there should be like an Asian superhero, you know what I mean? Like in a war-torn country or something. Like...
I want to ask you something then. Yeah. When you think about Asian superheroes, what do you see?
I see, like, you know, I have this vision in my head, like, the starting scene is like a little baby, you know, at the front, like a very cute baby, innit? Like, just, you know, doing like goo goo, gee gaga, you know, like, so when the audience is looking at it, they see, wow, just the innocent life. And from the background, you hear like, it's like basically a bomb drop, and then you see like the, you know, that beautiful little child just get decimated, innit? Obviously, you won't see it, but obviously now imagine like a proper smoked up, innit? The camera goes close, you see the parent coming out, crying his eyes out, you know, his baby's gone, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, you know, you see the storyline of a development of a character of like someone who's got vengeance in his heart, and he's, you know, having to like kind of go to the people that, you know, have caused this, you know.
Pakistani John Wick.
Pakistani John Wick. Exactly, bro.
My mom killed everyone because of a kutta. Yeah. But the thing with me is, you know, look, I understand and I'm all for that, and I will always be an advocate and representing that. You know, it's not about the race card, but it's the truth, bro. No matter what, look, if you think about it, there's only a certain amount of people who have actually done well when it comes. I'm not on about Bollywood when it comes to Hollywood and mainstream, because Bollywood is big, but it's only big with us guys. A lot of non-Asians do watch it as well, but it's only big within our own community, whereas Hollywood is worldwide. Everyone watches it. And it's like there's certain people, like, you know, that guy from Four Lions, that Riz Ahmed, I think is that his name. He's done well for himself, if you think about it. But there's only a certain amount of people who actually break through when it comes to it. Because when I think about Asian superheroes, I think about Salman Khan, like he said, and the guy's running through fire and bombs, and like he said, a bomb will drop on him, and the guy will just be stood there with his top off. The bomb will do not to him. He'll break.
It's like you want like a realistic approach, like the situation. Like, for example, like the stuff like going between Palestine and Israel, obviously it's bad and stuff, innit? Like, if Hollywood wanted it, they could make a proper movie into it, you know, like proper, like from different sides and stuff, and see like the different point of views. Usually what tends to happen is, you know, they'll push on one agenda, you know what I mean? One narrative in it. But you know, you've never seen a film from different.
But you do know why though, innit?
Yeah.
You do know why.
You have to understand when it comes to, it's like, look, I've got certain friends, I'm not going to mention their name, they know who they are, they're actually well-known actors as well. One of them is a local lad as well, and he said, look, when I came up and coming and I got my first breakthrough, it was good, it was well, whatever. But then after that, every role that I was getting offered was to do with like being a terrorist or being like a terrorist that's gay or so, you know, like stuff that is weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Let's kill him, boys.
And the thing is, it's like I've got a friend, his name's Imrano. So Imran, I don't know if you know him, he's from Leeds. He's like used to do DJing and presenting for Fever FM. I don't know if he still works there or not. He did stuff with MJ and ITV, but he was like in the background. And I've had so many offers like that when, you know, people come to Bradford and they're filming Bollywood movies or even other series where you come and be an extra. But the thing with that is like, you don't have no real impact. You just stood there, it's making up numbers, and you get 120 quid for the day. It's a quick little raise, but no one really spots you. That you go to the cinema, boy, 1 second, oh yeah, can you see me there? You never look like yourself. You know what I mean? And the thing is like, we have been so fortunate and lucky to use the tools that have been given to us, the internet, social media, to build our own awareness and popularity through the content that we create. But if these platforms weren't here, bro, where would we be? What would we be doing? Think about it.
Why don't you do superhero series?
Well, basically, I just need the right people around me, innit? You know what I mean? I see. To be fair, like obviously, us boys have worked before. Like, you guys are good actors. I'll tell you that straight to your faces. But then what's stopping us from making it? Availability, innit?
It's not just availability. Look, you know, like people who have said to me in the past, do this, do that, and we were kind of talking about it off screen. Now, when people are approaching me, this is not the thing, and I want to say about myself because I know I can only relate to myself. I can't speak on your behalf. I can't speak for you, even though I know you and I know you. We're good friends. We all know our own visions and goals. Like people will message me, oh bro, come here, we'll give you free food. Free food doesn't pay the bills, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up, this is my full-time job, this is what I do. So if I was to take time out of work, filming, going out and doing it, not with yourself, anyone, I would rather have something in place where we can get a budget. Everyone's getting paid, whoever's part of it, and we're making money off of it, but we're enjoying what we're doing. Because I'm at a point in my life now where, you know, if this was me 10, 15 years ago, I wouldn't really care because we're young, this, that, we don't have responsibility. Now when you grow older, like you said, look, you're married, you've got kids.
It's time out, innit?
Yeah,
it's the time that you're taking out.
You have responsibilities. So for me to work on a project now, genuinely, either it has to be beneficial in two ways. One way that I'm going there, I'm going to make money off of it and it's going to pay my bills, or I actually want to do it because I enjoy it. I've had so many people approach me, I'm not going to mention no names, and I'm saying this because the thing is, people sell you a dream, bro. They come up to you, bro, we'll do this, or they come all, you know, professional, because I'm not, look, you can see the way I dress, bro. I don't give a shit what people think. I'm more casual, in my gym jam, my joggers, that's what makes me happy. I've had people come in suit and boots, sit down with me, let's do this, let's do that, but when the time comes to it, when it's talking about money, oh no bro, we do this, but yeah, you can spend 20 grand on a budget, we're getting high-end cameramen and sound guys and producers and this and that, but then me, the guy who's gonna give you that push, that drive and give you that relevance on social media, oh no bro, we don't have a budget for that. So they sell you a dream and then there's no end product. Like with me and you, we know no matter what we do, there's no like ill intentions that we're using each other. We've got that respect there for each other, and we know as content creators we want to help each other grow. But I genuinely, I've had loads of like, look, not like Peaky Blinders. Remember you did that series with that guy from America, that Maya Lounge guy, and you had the other guy who's supposed to be your dad. Like something like, I want to do something where it's not gangster, but it's like
filmed, shot well, stuff like that, innit?
Yeah, shot well. It's scripted, but scripted in the sense where you have a storyline, but you can improvise. And like you said, you make the final decision.
That's what we've done before, innit?
Yeah, but I want to do it on a stage where, you know, like, if we had to say like 6 months, we had the budget there, we had a business who came on board, or businesses who funded it for us, obviously we'd give them return back on the investment anyway through our platforms and give them promotion and stuff like that. But I want to do something where we can create something within 6 months or a year and release something every week, once a week for like a 6 month. I can't say full year because it's you get me, but at least for 3 to 6 months, because the thing is, when you were releasing Rashy Flex,
it was like week within week.
Yeah, you know? But the thing is, it's not about being high budget, bro. It doesn't matter what equipment you've got. It's about the creativity, and most of the stuff when it comes to creating the content is post-production anyway. When you're editing, a lot of people can film on a bloody 60 to 30i and make it look good.
Yeah, exactly.
It might look like a potato, but you get what I mean? I know the idea you've got, I've got the same vision, but the problem is we don't have the time and we don't have the people.
Exactly. So you know what I mean? Like kind of, for example, like the stuff that I've got, I can make something like sick and stuff in it, but it's about like who's available, where can I come down, where can you beat me and stuff like that. That's what just limits us, innit? You know what I mean? But slowly, inshallah, over time, you know, the team is still building, you know what I mean? We'll get people. And if there's any watchers out there that wants to be in a sexy video, not in a sexy video, but you know what I mean? Like kind of, if you want any like kind of sick shots, just let us know, innit? Join the team, innit?
But do you remember we was in that music video?
Which one?
How many have you been in?
Quite a few.
I've only been in one with you.
Which one though?
Come on, Yara. You can't have that bad memory. Mr. T, David Beckham,
Will Smith.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I don't remember you being there, bro.
There was you, there was them guys from Leicester. He's doing really well for himself now. Before they used to do them two guys, you did a video with them, I think. I don't know where you did a video. They were from Leicester. They used to do like comedy, but now the guy does reviews on electronics. Super Saf.
Super Saf, yeah, I met Super.
He's doing really well for
himself. Super Saf.
Yeah,
no,
Super
but
Saf.
before I don't know him, but I know him of like YouTube.
Came to France.
If you go, you know our podcast channel.
Yeah.
You go look when it was created and look when Super Saf's channel was created. Both were created within a couple of months of each other. Back then, remember?
Yeah.
So we were all on the same time. But Super Saf, I remember used to do like these comedy videos. I used to wear these trousers, look like a monkey, with his white shirt with the other guy. Do you remember?
You know, he actually came down to do like a food review at Frango's. I remember he came down and he interviewed me and like the Frango's team in it. And you know what? he's such a nice guy, you know, genuinely speaking. Like, I still remember, like, he was into his phones and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about phones, innit? I was like, bro, what you got? I got a Samsung S8 or something at the time, innit? And he actually knew a lot about it, man. But he's a guy who deserves everything that he gets.
Because this is what I'm saying. When he started off, he was doing a certain type of content. I think he's from Leicester, if I'm not 100% sure. I think he's from Leicester.
He had like another guy with him as well, innit?
His friend, I don't know who that guy, friend, family, whoever it was, there was another guy with him, but he used to make like comedy videos, but then they stopped that, and then he concentrated fully on tech and reviewing it, and look at him now, bro. Big companies send him products for free, bro, to review. But it's taken him time, blood, sweat, and tears.
Everything takes time, bro. You don't expect it. Like, most people just, most people just quit at the first, like, hurdle, innit? You know what I mean? And that's why, like, if you look at TikTok now, and, like, most people that do get famous is through the wrong means, you know what I mean? Like, causing beef, unnecessary beef, innit? Like, normally, like, back in the days, it used to be, like, through content, innit? You'd make, you'd get famous or something. But nowadays, it's like, beep, beep, you know what I mean? It's like... And he's like, why did you say that to me, bro? And then, just creating unnecessary beefs, innit? But
it's like with myself, a couple of weeks ago, I put a post on my Instagram, I'm looking for a cameraman / editor. Now, I got about 300 messages. Now, no disrespect to anyone who sent me a message, because a lot of them are followers anyway. But I want someone, even then when I put it, I wanted someone, alhamdulillah, I found someone now. I wanted someone who was going to basically do a better job than me and be consistent. But the majority of the people, when they messaged me, the first thing they said to me is, can you take a guess? Like, just say, I put a post out, I'm looking for a cameraman. You are interested in that role. What's the first question you're going to ask me?
If it was me, I'd be like, just generally speaking, like, kind of what is it that you got in mind? Like, what how many videos are you wanting? What's like kind of the time frame of when you want and stuff? But knowing these lot, they probably said, how much you gonna pay, cuz?
So Qasam say, out of the 300 plus messages that I got, only a handful of people actually said, look, this is my work, this is what we do, and have a look at it. Everyone else, the first question they asked was money. Don't get me wrong, the guy that I've got on board now, alhamdulillah, the agreement that we've come to is really good. It's beneficial for them, it's beneficial for me. And it's not like as if I'm chucking them 10, 20 pounds, it's going to be a good amount of money that I'm going to be paying them. But the thing is, they bring quality to the table. They're basically like wedding videographers, so they know what they're doing, they got experience, man. But the thing is like with our people, unfortunately, the thing what they do is anything that comes with first straight away, money. Money is good, and money pays your bills, and money makes your life comfortable. But if you don't have no leg to stand on, look, I can use Premiere Pro, but I'm not as good as it as you'd be, or even him. Like, he's good at it.
You use Premiere Pro?
Premiere Pro,
Might get some lessons off you.
Don't worry, man. It's always updating anyway, innit?
Yeah, no, but when it came to making this,
do you pay for it?
Yeah, I pay for mine. I'm thinking you got the card.
Adobe's gonna start watching.
I've got not a free one.
Bro, you know what it is?
I'm a student in it. I'm a student of life, so
you know what it is? When you start using it, you get too much invested in it. You know what I mean? So you rather not, fuck it up in it. You might as well just pay for it.
Yeah. I got a good copy of it. I did pay for mine, so it's all right.
But I'm a student, so I get mine. The students get discounted rate.
See
Time for good discount.
On my account, can we check your biometric residence? Your passport, please, to verify your ID.
Oh man!
But I think that's what the thing is as well. Like, kind of, with myself, like, cause I can film and edit and stuff. I think that what gives me the advantage as well. When it comes to approaching businesses or like making content and stuff, which is good skill to have as well, isn't it? So
100%.
And literally nowadays in this cancel culture of people taking the piss out of people, like literally, I think to myself, bro, if I wanted to be an absolute Rami, I could just get a camera, film people, put on some serious music, edit in a way that you look like a nonce, you know what I mean? It can happen, you know what I mean? Like, literally, boy, it's your responsibility as a film.
On cancel culture, in terms of what KSI said, do you see the KSI video?
I've heard about it, yeah.
Okay. Are you bothered about that? Did it affect you? Were you like...
Not at all, but I'll be honest with you, man. It's the manner of how someone says it. Like, the way he said it was just like a term, bro. You know what I mean? Like, the word thingy came out, innit? But it's not... He's not got malice towards it or anything like that. Bro, if you're around Bradford, you've come across people that say the N-word, P-word, everything in it. The way I look at it is, you say whatever word you say in, but what context are you saying it in? Like if I said to you, yo, you know, P this, P that, or N this, N that, I hate N's, you know the mannerism of what way I'm saying it is in the wrong context, innit? If someone goes, yeah, what's happening my N, or what's happening my P, you know what I mean? Like, literally, you know, it's not malice in there, you know what I mean?
The thing is, what you're saying, I understand, you know, when you obviously come from certain areas which you would class as ghetto or you know, inner city areas where there's a lot of Asians, but no, I'm not saying the reason I'm saying it like this is because, look, at the end of the day, I found that offensive, and I'll tell you why. Is because, look, he, even before he said the word, he goes, there's no bad in it. He knew what he was going to say, it was going to cause a lot of offense. Now, you have to understand when a person like that, even myself, when you have a platform, you have to be careful of what you say. Now, look, I've done stuff on live with people, and then it's ended up getting screen recorded. Now, bro, it's got over 20-30 million views, and I don't like associating that with me, because the thing is, it's a time where I slipped up, I've got angry, I've said a couple of words. Now they've gone viral for the wrong reasons. Thing is, he was aware of what he was going to say. You have to understand now, when you use the word P, N, whatever it is, especially for someone like him who also is from an ethnic minority background, he should already understand that people who are black, who are brown, get persecuted for so many different reasons. And the word, I'm going to say as it is, or, you know, because the real term is Pakistani, but the way people use the word, it comes from BNPs and NFs and the National Front. And it wasn't just for people from Pakistan, it was people from India, Bangladesh, and you can, there's a story, because there's, have you heard of Guz Khan? He's basically, since this has happened, he's been going sick on Instagram. And I agree with him, because the thing is, look, you have to understand, when people use that term, I'm using it in the context now because someone's already, what's that?
Nasha. No, it's just like nasal. I've got a bit of food.
It doesn't, just because you're from the ethnic minority, if you're from the ethnic background, it doesn't give you the right to say it. The reason is because, you know, when we do something again and again and we make it a norm, it's like giving someone else the green light to say it. Like, look, the N-word, people say in rap music videos, and I understand why they're saying it, but the thing is, even when they say that, it gives it that promotion that, like, yeah, we can say it, you say it as well, but it's a very derogatory term to use. Even like, look now, there's people who are not Pakistani, who are Indian, who are Sikh, who are Bangladeshi, or even like from Nepal or Sri Lanka, who just because of the skin colour that they've got. And there's a term that people, you've probably seen, have you seen that, make Bradford British? There was a guy from Keithley, and the people will tell you it's happened up and down the country where they used to go out bashing, where people used to go out in gangs and beat Pakistanis up. Now, that term for myself, growing up, we lived in an area where it was mainly Pakistanis anyway, so we grew up in an area where, like you said, you hung around with Caucasians, so your life and what you experienced was a certain type. But when we grew up, all we ever seen was Pakistanis. We didn't really see any other type of people, and if they were from the local community, like if they were white and black people, but they were people who lived in our community, so they were similar to us. You know, like when people say council status and this and that, like that. But that term, it doesn't matter who you are, where you, even if you're Pakistani, we shouldn't use it, because the thing is, like, look now, KSI, if when he used that term, he should have publicly come out and made an apology, which he did afterwards. But he came to Bradford. Of all the places, why come to Bradford?
Because it's the home of Pakistanis.
Look, and then he's come here, and no disrespect to anyone who's...
Bro, you know, the way I see it, is you got the whole world in it. Every person in that world's got a different opinion.
Yeah, of course.
A different mindset. Who, like, you know, who are we to say, you can't say this word or you can't say that word?
No, but
let them say whatever they want to say, but look at the context of what they're saying it in. You know what I mean? That's what, you know...
Yeah, but that's like me saying to someone, in the context, I'm not going to actually do it, I'm just saying it.
No, but then...
No, but you get what I mean?
But but what I'm saying is, let them say what it is. Let the nature deal with it. If someone says something out of context, I believe in, like, you know, if there's a problem, if there's like a problem, say for example, me and you had like a problem or something, obviously, like men, you try to talk with it. If it comes to physical, we have a fight. After that fight, we shake hands. I think that's the way I've kind of seen like kind of problems as, like, kind of, you know, sort it out. So say for example, there's a young lad who's saying P this, P that, P this, P that. Thinking, yeah, man smashing it with the P word. Eventually, he's gonna come across a guy who's like, what the fuck did he say? Dalala. He learned from it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the wrong kind of education. Like, look, he came out, and look, at the end of the day, it's not about saying bash the guy. I'm not saying you can't forgive, because look, we do wrong things, we sin, and we want forgiveness. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is that he understood what he's doing. He's got such a big platform for a person like him to do it and then make it out as normal. And all them bandit that was sat with him, there was Muslims that was sat there with him.
Okay, so you mean, okay, so
I'm not saying, like, look, he's apologized. You accept his apology.
I'm saying it from a point of view that in every day there's people out there that probably use this word on a context.
Bro,
I mean,
look,
like, just generally.
this racism will
but
never
what you're saying is like, because he knew what he was saying, he shouldn't have said it, like, in that context. In that
he
case,
even said before he said it, I'm not saying in a wrong, like, I'm not saying in a wrong way, but the thing is, you knew what you're gonna do, and then once he said it, everyone around him started laughing. You have to understand, when you've got such a big platform, you have to be careful of what you say, because at the end of the day, it's not about hiding that you're a closet racist or anything like that.
He's not a racist.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I know that.
But I'm trying to give you the example. You understand? Now with himself, look, he's came out. He's given an apology. You accept that apology. You move forward. That's fine. It's understandable.
But you know what? Let me put my 2 pence in now. Yeah. There are bigger issues in the world going on right now.
Of course,
and people love to just jump on these quick little cancel cultures. Think about, oh no, let's jump on this and let's get him cancelled. Well, let me talk.
It's not about
so,
cancelling him.
1 second, and jump in and say, oh yeah, forget this guy. Look what he said. Rah rah rah. Bro, there's so much bigger issues going on in the world. When shit like that's going on, like stuff like the wars in Palestine and stuff like that, nobody's jumping up and down like they're doing when these videos come out. They just rush to kind of try tear these people down. Do you get what I mean? Bro, sometimes you just need to relax and put your energy into something a bit more positive. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, but if you think like that, look, obviously what's going on in Palestine, Syria, Yemen, it's not just one country. There's so many countries and people where they're getting persecuted on a daily basis. I agree with that. What I'm trying to say to you and explain to you is that, look, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything at the end of the day. And it's not about, oh yeah, we're Pakistanis and this and that and we're going to kick shit out. It's not about that. Look, the guy's come out publicly apologise, and he does need education on the matter, because at the end of the day, he comes from an ethnic minority himself. You know what I'm saying? The thing is what he's saying is right, what you're saying is right. It's not about focusing on this or jumping on the bandwagon. Now look, you wouldn't find something offensive unless someone said something to you which you care about, right or wrong?
True.
Now I'm not proud in the sense that I think I'm better than anyone, because that kind of pride is not good in Islam. But I'm happy of my background and where I'm from. You can't change that. You being Pakistani and you're having your background, whatever it is, if you're dual heritage, if you're full Pakistani, if you're full British or wherever you're from, you're not in control of that. You know what I mean? But I'm happy of where I'm from. Like, I love Pakistan. And I'm not going to sit here and be all patriotic and this and that. But that is the reality. You know, look, at the end of the day, if we're going to sit here and be like, oh, you have to understand, racism is not something that someone is born with. Look, if you put 3 kids, 4 kids, I guarantee you couldn't even do it. People have probably done a test on this. You can put 10 children in a room, all different background, different races, religions. I guarantee they'll all get on. The only thing that probably they won't like about each other is not even their background, their religion, their race, or their ethnic minority. None of that. It'll probably be like when it comes down to toys, they'll start fighting because they don't want to share. No, but it'll be stuff like that. You get me?
Yeah.
Racism is not something that someone is born with. It's taught, and it's not nice, bro. Because at the end of the day, even like, look, racism doesn't just exist when it comes to different minorities, or if like you got your whites, your blacks, stuff like that. Racism also exists within the Pakistani community. You might not have seen this, but he'll know what I'm on about, innit, Mr. Producer. When it comes to castes and stuff, do you know anything about that? When it comes to like castes, and people be like, oh,
caste, yeah, so like obviously
I'm this, and my daughter or son can't marry your daughter or son, whatever, because
like
you're this
egos
and
and
that.
castes take a big play in when it comes to like marriage arrangements, isn't it? They're like, tu sakeo. I'm not gonna say any caste in it just in case I offend someone in it.
Like, look,
but they can't. They don't
if
want
you
that
look
kind
at
of
it now,
integrate.
and this is the sickest thing, yeah. Racism was abolished by our Prophet ﷺ, yeah, and it's not about being Mufti Menk, it's the reality. If you look at Hazrat Bilal, yeah, they were the first person to do azan, and there was a black man. You understand? So it's crazy because within our own culture, like, I've seen a video on TikTok, and it's sad, bro, where a guy who's black, now I don't know which country he's from, a black guy gets married to an Asian girl. And if you see that video ever pop, just go through the comments. Every single app now is writing something disgusting. But then when you click on their profile, they got Islamic stuff up.
They're dying, that's why, innit?
No, but do you get it? At the end of the day, Islam doesn't have a colour.
You know, this is what really pisses me off sometimes, yeah? Like, when I see people, like, saying, like, oh, you should have married this person because they're from this background or that background. I think, who the fuck are you, mate? You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, yeah, it's been proven that, you know, if you have interracial marriages, it's good for your genes as well, like, kind of, you know, for your offsprings and stuff like that. But ideally, like in Islam, there's a promotion of like, you know, to marry like people from different races and, you know, like kind of, it should be promoted, innit? But I don't know why, it's just that the time we're living in is like, no, you're a Chaudhry, you can only marry a Chaudhry, you know, it's like, Chaudhry, what's one of them? You know what I mean?
Chow. Chow.
No disrespect to Chaudhry, but I'm just giving you an example, you know what I mean? But
No, it's alien to me. I don't get it.
This is the thing, you know, because obviously you've had a certain upbringing and a certain background. If you're not into it, you won't know much about it. And the reason we're passionate about it is because we've lived it. When I say we, me and people who can relate to it, I don't know, because in the beginning you said you've grown up with white people, so I don't know if you've really fully experienced that or not.
No, I've experienced it like when you go Pakistan and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you've got the Desi type mentality.
It's a culture identity crisis where, like, look, in this country, we don't get accepted for being British. We always call Pakistani or the P word, yeah? But when you go Pakistan, you're not even accepted there as one of their own. They call you Veleti. You get what I mean? And this is wherever you go, no matter, like he said, no matter what you do, you will always have racists out there. You'll have people who have difference of opinion, but you still have to fight for something. Because if you be like, oh yeah, just forget it, leave them to it, then everyone's just going to be crazy and people are going to do this. It's going to be like the purge then, innit?
Right,
you get what I
I've
mean?
got a question for you. So, obviously, you spent your whole content career taking the piss out of Pakistanis, innit?
I won't say no.
Stereotyping Pakistanis.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
I won't say it's just stereotyping Pakistani. It's just like kind of looking at like certain aspects of people in it and just rolling it into characters. It's not like supposed to be like Jimmy Arnails. He's not supposed to be a Pakistani. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
I think the reason why I said that is because you're Pakistani. You're playing Jimmy Arnails. So automatically, all the kind of, even Louise, I think she's Pakistani as well. Do you get what I mean?
She's supposed to be a blonde.
Are you proud to be Pakistani? Do you go back to Pakistan and do you enjoy it? What's your connection like with your culture and your heritage?
Yeah, I like Pakistan. I love it. Like, I think what it is at the end of the day, what I like about Pakistan is the fact that, you know, the hospitality aspect of it. The people, you know, they might not have much, but they've got that utna bena, you know what I mean? Like that andaz and like that good heart, you know what I mean? It's almost like kind of the trials in life, innit? You know what I mean? Which is really good, man. And you see that come through, especially like, for example, when you go to Pakistan, you see the hustle, the bustle. As soon as you come back in the UK, everything's 5 minutes till 11 o'clock, we should in. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a chilled out mentality. Like, literally, you can walk outside in Pakistan, you'll have like random people coming up to you and okay, down, you know what I mean? Like, they'll start a conversation, or, you know, like, you'll have something to remember every time you go out. Whereas in the UK, everyone's head down, like, doing their own thing, innit? There's not much integration between, I think it's just the UK culture itself, innit? Like, you don't see people talk to each other, you know what I mean? Literally, everyone's just zoned out, innit? You know what I mean? In their own kind of environments. And I think that's what I like about
Asian food.
Asian food, yeah, I like Asian food. I like the char grill style, innit? You know, the grill food, innit? Like, maybe.
No, but you like salan, andi, roti, that kind of stuff, or no?
Shall I be honest with you? Curry! I'm alright with it, you know what I mean? Like, I like chawal with gosht in it, you know what I mean? That thick type
Wedding style. You know when they get the brown rice and put gosht on top? Have you never done that?
Yeah, that style, innit? Like, that kind of stuff I don't mind, innit? But I'm not like proper into like kind of, you know, like shora type based curries. I'm not really
What about desserts?
What is it about the shora that doesn't do it for you?
I like chupne wali haddi. Have you seen that? They're good. You know, with the lamb and stuff that you get, the chupne wali haddi.
Translate for me, I don't know what it's saying.
Do you know what chupna means?
It's like sucking.
Yeah, that haddi, you know that you get?
Oh, then you have to suck your hand upon.
That's a good one.
Oh man, did you realize you were this funny when you were a kid? When did you realize that? Oh shit!
Honestly, I am funny. I personally don't think I'm funny, bro. I'll be honest with you. I think what it is just the filming background in it. That I think, you know, what can I do? Let's just maybe just do a couple of shots here and there. Maybe that will be funny, innit? But I don't class myself as a comedian or anything like that.
Do you ever look at your work that you've put out and be like, I could do better, or that wasn't funny?
You know what I buzz off when I look at when I make videos? I buzz off the people that I'm directing and like the reactions and stuff like that. Like there was one called Sharky Screwdriver, innit? Like literally his hand gets chopped off in it, and then, you know, he tries to become a hero in it, so he gets like a screwdriver and puts it in his hand in it, and he's like, I'm Sharky Screwdriver.
Is it that thingy? Hussein, Azim,
yeah, okay. You know, stuff like that, I kind of, because it's really like kind of random and out the blue in it, you know what I mean? And the acting is so bad, but it's so funny, you know what I mean?
You need to go, when you go home, type in Jimmy Hardnails Returns bloopers, yeah, and watch that guy. Him and his mate who are producing it and filming it, go to the guy, say some swear words, and he goes, "You're a donkey. You smell the shit." They go say swear words and you need to watch it.
He's a funny guy, man.
Do you know, I generally might go back and watch the full like Rashid Flex saga.
But even to this day now, like literally you just get like kind of random videos popping up on TikTok, you know, where they just tag you in. And it's like
Imam Asim, who we had on not too long ago, he obviously took a saying from you, you know, from one of your videos.
I remember like someone said me that.
Moneymaker, Heartbreaker, and recently that video's been going viral where guys, girls have been putting up videos where they're talking about like relationships and then like whatever reason they're breaking people's hearts, and then at the end of it he comes up, but he said it as well, he goes, "Look, that's not my line, I got that from Rashy Flex." So there's stuff that you've done which you probably don't even know about, which has impacted people in so many different ways.
That's what I said. You are part of pop culture. Like you are cemented in so many people's upbringing, and you will have had the knock-on effect of how comedy kind of came out. You don't realize that because, like you said in it, you were just putting out content 5 a.m. just click it out. You kind of pushed and kind of made your own comedy, and bro, people in schools were chanting your videos, Heartbreaker, Moneymaker, tuck for years.
Not just that, it's like, look, now whenever you go anywhere, no matter where you are, when someone drops Patta Ina Danger, everyone knows who that is, where it's come from.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know what's crazy? When I did that line, I didn't really think much of it, you know what I mean? I just said it anyway, and even like kind of, and then randomly just people start saying it. But what was crazy is like, you know, when I go out and about, it's almost like that they're in your brain. You know, people when they say the lines, it's like you think, because obviously at the time it was new, innit? And like obviously when I was editing it, when people would come up to me, how's Louise the slang? I'll be looking at it thinking, fucking hell, why is he thinking of everything that I'm thinking? You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird kind of reaction that you get from it for the first time. But then there comes a point that you think, oh, shut the fuck up with this now. You know what I mean? But it's all love though anyway.
No, of course.
But big up to the guys who was watching, innit? And try these sweets for ED, innit?
Do you want to look it off?
Yeah, we lock it off. It's been, I think it's about 1.5 hour, 140, something like that, whatever it is. You know what it is, guys? Look, we don't have structure and we do what we do. This is a chilled out podcast. We want people to tune in and get some form of education out of it, but also have a laugh and enjoy it. I don't want to be sat down where it's too serious and, you know, like where you said it's depressing vibes and stuff like that, because bro, everyone's struggling with mental health, everyone's depressed on a daily basis for whatever reason, and people can deny whatever, but we all have our own problems. It's true though, innit?
No, sorry, I wasn't laughing at that. I was just laughing at the first half of this podcast was just fucking hilarious.
So the thing is, it's like, look, just do what you do what makes you happy, but just be mindful of people's it's like, look, even with this, I know you don't really give a shit, but there's people out there who create content, and sometimes I've seen it where people write so much disgusting things, you know, like if someone's genuinely doing a good job and they're trying, people put them down for no reason, bro. I don't like that, man. It's not nice.
It's not that I don't give a shit.
No, you. What I mean is, like, look, if someone says something bad to you,
about
you don't give a shit.
Basically.
Like me, when people say stuff to me, I very rarely will not reply to, but acknowledge what they're saying. Like someone that day goes to me, oh, look at the sofas in your house, there's no wrong with them, got throwovers, you know, like the Pakistani style ones, which they...
Is that right now, like obviously I'm promoting the number one plug in it, like literally, like when I make the videos, people be like saying, check his hard drive in it, like I'm so nuts. But obviously, if I was like proper pod, I'd be like, oh, fucking hell, what's going on here? But I know I play a character in it, so I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? So I even go more, I'll be like, hey guys.
But yeah, we'll lock it off. Have you got anything else you want to say before you close out?
All I could just say is that, guys, keep tuned. Later down the year, you're gonna see a lot of like kind of content coming from me, especially with the new series. You're gonna see these boys coming in, and you're gonna see a lot of content from the number one plug, where we got like disposable vapes, these beautiful sweets. Look at it, guys. You're like, forget cocaine, you got this now, haven't you? You know what I mean? You can get this from the number one plug in Manchester, Leeds and Keighley, guys.
It's not good sugar rush, because there'll be people out there saying, oh yeah, bro, how can you say this sweets are good? What is that, you know, when you're a bit low, because obviously we're fasting as well. This, I'm just buzzing off the sugar right now. I don't care what people say, if they say it's good, bad, whatever. I'm enjoying it. I'm a bit high at the moment.
But thank you guys. Sorry we've been a bit crap with the uploads, but this will be releasing Friday 6 PM, so you'll see us on Friday. And
care,
yeah,
guys. And it's been good talking to you guys, man. I really appreciate it.
do
Thank
that
you.
professional stuff as well. You need to do that.
Are you gonna do
Like, subscribe.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate the support. Every person that's tuning in week in, week out when we do upload, who's commenting, sharing the videos, liking. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. So please do subscribe. Get us out of the ghetto. We're making not a lot of money off of the YouTube channel, but we're doing alright. It's putting petrol in the tank. So it's okay. Yeah, man. You know
Sorry,
that.
I cut you off as well. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was just gonna say it's been a pleasure coming down, speaking to you guys.
Thank you, man.
And I hope to see you soon again with the new videos in the future.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Right. Bye.
Bye guys, take care.